In this video, we'll be reviewing the Atlas America plan by WorldTrips. It's part travel medical insurance, it's part travel insurance, it's the ultimate go-to visitors insurance plan. Coverage like this from WorldTrips is the reason we here at G1G get excited about travel insurance. Yeah, we get excited about travel insurance. A collection of robust benefits melded together, creating something useful, something reliable, something that puts the traveler and their family's mind at ease. Travel will be easier with the Atlas Travel America plan, which is a well-rounded travel medical insurance for all types of visitors to the U.S. Atlas by WorldTrips is a member of the Tokio Marine HCC group of companies and underwritten by Lloyd's of London. The Tokio Marine Group is a global company founded in 1879, and as of the end of 2020, has reached a market capitalization of $36 billion. Billion with a B. It's not quite Elon money, but it's a strong financial backing, which is most important when analyzing the best travel insurance options. Tokio Marine HCC's major domestic insurance companies have financial strength ratings of A+, strong, from S&P Global Ratings, A++ superior from AM Best, and AA negative, which is very strong, from Fitch Ratings. Its major international insurance companies have financial strength ratings of A+, strong, from S&P Global, blah, 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 blah. Basically, if you're wondering, is the Atlas America plan legit? The answer is yes. Bilkul. Absolutely. The Atlas America has met all of our financial quality assurance checkmarks and has been tested and traveled with by our very own G1G Globers. That's what we call ourselves, by the way. When your proud visiting parent slips and fractures their hip while giving their granddaughter a standing ovation at their graduation from Harvard, this medical bill won't set you back as much as your daughter's engineering degree did. Or when the flight ticker in your connecting airport is telling you that your stopover is now an extended stay, you'll have the confidence knowing that airport dinner is on WorldTrips, or that you can get some quality shut-eye since you've got some help with the hotel room for your unexpected overnight layover in Japan. Like we said, the Atlas America Travel Health Insurance is a great travel companion for your visit to the USA. As you know, G1G loves traveling into the details, so let's get into it. By the end of this video, you will know what the Atlas Travel America covers, what it does not, the plan's best features, how to file a claim, and how Atlas America compares to other visitors' coverage. We'll even get into Atlas America insurance reviews on the internet and make sense of those for you so you can make the best choice for protecting your trip to America. What Atlas America Health Insurance covers. Atlas Travel America is a health insurance plan for your visiting family, friends, or anyone else who's a non-U.S. resident or citizen coming to the USA. It's best suited for B1 and B2 tourists and visitors visa holders that are 79 years old or under, but can work for any uninsured internationals visiting the USA for under a year. That makes it a great fit for visiting parents, grandparents, friends, or other family visiting from India, China, or anywhere else in this beautiful world. In terms of visitors insurance plans, Atlas has some of the best coverage out there and is especially great for people who need protection for acute onset of a pre-existing condition. Atlas America is mainly designed to cover healthcare costs for unexpected injuries or illnesses, but also includes some thoughtful travel benefits. Atlas America falls under a branch of travel insurance known as visitors insurance. Visitors insurance is a travel health insurance specifically for internationals coming to America. Why? Is there a specific type of travel medical insurance for foreign nationals visiting the United States? Because America is home to the most expensive healthcare system in the world, approximately 40% more expensive than Germany, who is ranked second most expensive on the planet. So, Atlas is designed to protect travelers to the USA from those high costs of unexpected medical treatment. A day in a U.S. hospital costs about $10,000. Emergency surgery and treatments can multiply that cost several times over. The average cost for uninsured patients' treatment for a heart attack, for example, is on average the same cost as a year's tuition at Stanford University. Think about that. This is where the investment into the right visitor's insurance plan can pay for itself many times over. The Atlas America plan does not just protect you against the monstrous U.S. healthcare costs, but can also be used internationally, meaning you can travel anywhere in the world and you'll be covered. If you're visiting family in the USA, but want to take a trip to a resort in Mexico or visit extended family in Canada, your visitor's health coverage will follow you. This includes coverage in flight and during layovers on your trip to and from your departing country. The Atlas Travel Health Insurance is also flexible to last-minute changes and travel uncertainty. Not sure when you're going to get back home? Don't worry. You can extend and renew your plan so you're just paying for the days that you're traveling and nothing extra. You can also cancel for a full refund anytime before your trip starts. Even if you have to return home early from your trip, as long as a claim was not filed, you can cancel your plan and it will be prorated the cost difference minus a $25 cancellation fee. The Atlas Travel for visitors to the USA is also highly customizable. You can choose to have no deductible, which means that you pay nothing before the insurance kicks in, or take one as high as $5,000 to lower your premium on the plan. You can also customize your maximum medical limit as well as choose upgrades like crisis response and personal liability. What Atlas America Health Insurance does not cover. Let's talk about what the Atlas Travel America plan isn't. It is not a domestic health insurance plan, which means travel medical insurance does not cover preventative health services, because those are treatments that are expected to be performed in the traveler's home country and prior to traveling. Visitors insurance plans like Atlas America are designed to cover the unexpected medical treatment. So they do not cover routine doctor's visits or checkups or vaccines, for example, which are all preventative healthcare measures. Another issue is that while the Atlas plan has rich benefits for acute pre-existing medical conditions, it does have fine print that can exclude various pre-existing medical conditions from being covered. So let's go directly to the source for these benefits and look into the actual policy documents for the Atlas Travel America. The section "You Are Covered" states, charges for a sudden and unexpected outbreak or reoccurrence of a pre-existing condition which, A, occurs when you are under age 80, and B, occurs spontaneously and without advanced warning, either in the form of physician recommendations or symptoms, and is of short duration, and is rapidly progressive and requires urgent care. You are not covered unless you fulfill the following conditions. Treatment must be obtained within 24 hours of the sudden and unexpected outbreak or reoccurrence. You are not covered if the acute onset of a pre-existing condition occurs before the certificate effective date, or the pre-existing condition is a chronic or congenital condition, or a complication or consequence of a chronic or congenital condition, or a condition that gradually becomes worse over time, or the charges are for known, scheduled, required, or unexpected medical care, drugs, or treatments existent or necessary prior to the certificate effective date, or expenses arise directly or indirectly from anything in the general exclusions. Let's break down what this all means. Here's how Atlas defines a pre-existing condition. A pre-existing condition means a condition for which medical advice, diagnosis, care, or treatment includes receiving services and supplies, consultations, diagnostic tests, or prescriptive medicines, was recommended or received during the 2 years immediately preceding the certificate effective date, or a condition that had manifested itself in such a manner that would have caused a reasonably prudent person to seek medical advice, diagnosis, care, or treatment within the 2 years immediately preceding the certificate effective date, or injury, illness, sickness, disease, or other physical, medical, mental, or nervous conditions, disorders, or ailments that, with reasonable medical certainty, existed at the time of application or within the 2 years immediately preceding the certificate effective date. For the purposes of complications of pregnancy coverage offered hereunder, pregnancy will not be included within the definition of a pre-existing condition. It's important to remember that all plans have periods of time in which they deem an illness to be pre-existing. With Atlas, you must be medication and symptom-free for at least a 2-year period in order for a condition to not be considered pre-existing. You'll see this on plan documentation labeled as pre-X period. The following are not covered unless deemed as an acute onset of pre-existing condition by a physician and the insurer. Pre-existing diabetes, pre-existing hypertension, pre-existing heart conditions. Basically, if a condition already exists and worsens over time, that will be excluded. Think about things like arthritis or Crohn's disease. For example, if you've got high blood pressure before your trip and you go to a doctor to have your blood pressure checked after you get there, you won't be covered. The pre-existing condition has to be life-threatening in order for it to be covered. Now, if your blood pressure is high enough to be considered an emergency that needs immediate medical care to save the patient's life, that's a different story. Other conditions that are not covered by Atlas America and most other visitors' insurance plans include mental health disorders, sexually transmitted diseases and conditions, including HIV and AIDS, cancer, corrective devices and medical appliances, including eyeglasses, contact lenses, hearing aids, dentures or dental devices, and all vision and hearing tests and examinations, except as provided for under emergency eye exam benefit. Related to pregnancy and family planning, it's important to understand that travel or visitor insurance is not designed to cover regular pregnancy-related expenses, such as prenatal care, childbirth, or postnatal care. But some plans, such as this one, do cover unexpected complications of pregnancy, which typically refer to illnesses that are distinct from your pregnancy but are adversely affected by your pregnancy or caused by your pregnancy. Always check the plan documentation for specific benefit definitions, coverage amounts, exclusions, and limitations. Key features of the Atlas Travel America. The key benefits of Atlas Travel America are travel medical benefits, unexpected medical treatment for non-pre-existing issues, no co-insurance on all instances other than emergency room visits. And this is great because most visitors' insurance plans have a co-insurance up to $1,000 out of pocket, which the Atlas does not have. High acute onset of pre-existing condition coverage. Now, this is an especially unique benefit in Atlas America for visitors aged 70 to 79, which offers up to $100,000 of acute onset for that age demographic. In-flight and during stopover coverage, which provides complete coverage for the entire trip, from departure till return. Ability to seek medical care at any licensed medical provider. Though you can visit any doctor in the U.S., the Atlas America includes the best provider network in all of visitors' insurance, the United Healthcare Network. This is a very useful feature because the UHC PPO is massive, and using it will result in easier access to domestic medical care, including by means of direct billing from the medical care provider to the insurance company. It also features pre-negotiated discounts on medical treatment among providers within the United Healthcare Network. $1 million of emergency medical evacuation. So, in case you have an incident in a remote area and need to be evacuated to the nearest medical facility, you have not only the funds covered, but 24/7 emergency medical evacuation services available on call with WorldTrips emergency response team. $300 of emergency dental coverage, which will cover acute pain instances. This is more than any other visitor's insurance plan on the market. $150 for emergency eye exam coverage. Prescription medications for any covered treatment. $50 a day for up to 10 days for emergency quarantine indemnity, as long as the plan is purchased for a minimum of 30 days. Travel insurance benefits. $100,000 for political evacuation, $10,000 of trip interruption, $100 a day for travel delays 12 plus hours, $1,000 for lost checked baggage, $500 for border entry protection for denied entry for valid B2 visa holders. As mentioned earlier, the Atlas Travel America is highly customizable. You can customize your maximum medical limit, your deductible, and also upgrade benefits like personal liability, crisis response. Also, like most other plans, Atlas America pays 100% of eligible medical expenses within the PPO network after the deductible has been met. However, and this is where Atlas America is different, the plan also pays 100% of eligible medical expenses up to the policy maximum outside of the PPO network. Other comparable plans only pay up to 80%. Additionally, this plan does have coverage for COVID-19. Atlas America covers COVID-19 like any other covered medical condition up to the policy maximum. Treatment and services will be covered if the COVID-19 was contracted after the policy's effective date. Preventative care like vaccinations are not covered under Atlas America. Also, keep in mind that Atlas America must be purchased a minimum of 30 days of coverage prior to leaving the country of residence to be eligible for the public health emergency screening, COVID-19 test benefit. Well, let's get into some key benefits in more detail. Like we talked about, Atlas America plan boasts powerful coverage for the acute onset of a pre-existing condition. And that's exactly why we recommend it to many of our travelers here at G1G. It's the main reason this plan performs so well with senior citizens. Because the cost of medical care is so high, this is a key feature for visitors coming to the USA that is rare among visitors' insurance plans. And the coverage is almost never as high as what we see with this plan. Elderly visitors up to the age of 79 can get coverage for pre-existing conditions that goes as high as $100,000. Like we said, that's not often found in other plans. There's also power in the fact that this plan doesn't have co-insurance, which means you don't have to pay a dime after your deductible is met. The Atlas plan pays it all up to the coverage limit you've chosen. Even better, urgent care facilities have a $15 copay and bypass your deductible. What that means is, for things like colds, the flu, food poisoning, minor lacerations, or stitches, you can go to urgent care and only pay $15. We also love the changes Atlas America has made to accommodate the pandemic. The plan documents explicitly state that there is in fact COVID-19 coverage, which means you're guaranteed medical coverage as well as some travel benefits should you get sick with the virus. They also include quarantine benefit to enhance their coverage. If you test positive for the coronavirus while traveling, you'll need to quarantine and stay in put. It'll cost you money to quarantine though. The Atlas America plan will give you up to $50 a day for 10 days to help cover those costs. Atlas covers most recreational sports like skiing, surfing, cycling, and diving if you are with a certified dive instructor and depths are less than 10 meters. But if you're on the extreme side, things like heli-skiing, skydiving, or martial arts, this policy will not cover any incidents related to those activities. Let us know what sports you'll be partaking in, and we'll find the right solutions so you can get that covered. And finally, we can't forget to mention the optional personal liability rider, which is available in the event you injure someone else. you can have up to $25,000 in coverage. This is a great benefit for anyone planning on renting a car or operating some type of vehicle while traveling. Now, how to use this plan? You get to choose your coverage limit with visitors insurance, but the amount of coverage you can get will depend upon your age. With Atlas America, seniors traveling between the ages of 65 and 79 can get up to $100,000 in coverage. And everyone under 65 can get up to $2 million worth of coverage. Now, the coverage limit impacts a few different benefits, such as surgical treatment, hospital stays, acute onset, and many other types of medical care. The amount of coverage you choose will be the maximum amount the company will pay for your care. You also have to choose a deductible. The deductible is the amount you pay for medical care before the insurance company starts paying. You can choose a deductible amount anywhere from $0 to $5,000 for this plan. One great thing about Atlas America is that after you pay your deductible, your co-insurance is $0. That means this plan will cover all other costs of care after you pay your deductible, all the way up to, of course, the coverage limit that you've chosen. The coverage limit you've chosen also goes towards the acute onset of a pre-existing condition. This is a benefit that covers the unexpected and sudden worsening of a pre-existing condition. So this is a great benefit for anyone who has ongoing medical conditions. Now, of course, there are terms that apply. The incident must be acute, meaning it is a life-threatening emergency in which treatment is sought within 24 hours of the incident. This also means that the pre-existing condition cannot be congenial, something that is gradually worsening over time, like cancer or congenital heart failure. The Atlas America plan also comes with a provider network. A provider network is a database of medical care providers who have worked out special pricing with the insurance company. Although you can see any medical provider that you would like, your coverage limit goes much farther when you stay in the provider network, since the cost of care in-network is typically much lower. Staying within the provider network also lets you take advantage of direct billing. This is where the hospital or treatment facility will bill the insurance company, saving you time and additional paperwork. The plan's coverage goes beyond medical care for unexpected illnesses and injuries. It also offers up to $10,000 in trip interruption coverage, which means if you have to end your trip early because you were hurt or fell ill, you can get reimbursed for lost travel expenses. Atlas America also offers medical evacuation coverage to $1 million and return of minor children up to $50,000. For these benefits, these are some of the highest coverage limits out there, and they're pretty powerful when combined with all of the other coverages this plan has to offer. All about claims. HCC has been showing drastic improvement in terms of claims processing and speed over the last couple of years. They've been acquired by Tokio Marine, which has a really good reputation. Additionally, these plans are underwritten by Lloyd's of London, and they are one of the only underwriters to actually drop their visitors' insurance prices. Keep in mind that the travel insurance claims process can be difficult to navigate without help. Every policy purchased from G1G gets you claims advocacy included with your plan. So we help you navigate the process and ensure you are receiving a fair service. How it compares to similar plans. Atlas America stands out over similar plans for a number of reasons. It has the highest AM Best rating of an A, where similar plans are A-. Like we mentioned before, Atlas America pays 100% of the eligible medical expenses within the PPO network after the deductible has been met. However, and this is where Atlas America is different, the plan also pays 100% of eligible medical expenses up to the policy maximum outside of the PPO network. Other comparable plans only pay up to 80%. Atlas America has eligibility for its acute onset of pre-existing coverage benefits for travelers up to 79 years old. Comparable plans only cover travelers up to 69 years old. Atlas America has a higher dental emergency coverage benefit than most, of $300. Also, Atlas America has one of the lowest copays for urgent care. Let's go through some common questions. What are the reviews like for this plan? At HCC, the provider of Atlas America, has had a long history in the visitors insurance space, and their reputation may not have always been so good. There's been a lot of bad reviews online that have created hesitation in a lot of our buyers, and we want to address this head on. In the past, travel insurers have not done a great job educating their customers on what is and isn't covered by their plan. Understandably, this can create a false set of expectations among their clients. Here at G1G, we're working to change that. In fact, that's why we're here making this video. But we know when you don't effectively communicate how travel insurance works, you end up with a lot of people who feel as though they may have been left high and dry. While we can't control the online reviews, we can honestly say that we have seen improvements in the claims service in the last few years. We're also doing our part at G1G by making sure you know what is and isn't covered before you buy. If you have questions or are unsure, our online support staff is here to help you around the clock. We want you to buy an insurance plan that works for you. Atlas America tips. Now, we always recommend you buy the Atlas America plan before you travel. That way, you're covered from the time you board the plane until you arrive home. But if you forget to buy coverage before your trip starts, that's okay. You can buy it after you've started your travels, and you can renew your plan if you decide to extend your trip. But be sure to consider time zones. G1G's plans protect you worldwide outside of your home country. When you buy the Atlas America plan from G1G, we cover you in flight and during layovers. This plan also meets most visa requirements. Whether you're in Bangkok on a layover or Mexico on vacation, we've got you covered. When traveling to the US, it's important to remember that your coverage limit is going to have to account for the cost of care. The United States has some of the most expensive healthcare in the world, so we recommend $250,000 in coverage minimum. Here's an important bit. If you are between 65 and 79, take the maximum coverage amount of $100,000, which will give you $100,000 in coverage for acute onset, which is huge when it comes to senior traveler coverage. And probably one of the best tips of all, the urgent care benefit is a great opportunity to save money on the cost of their premium. The copay is only $15 for urgent care visits, so you can choose to go for a higher deductible, and that will help you keep the overall cost of your plan down. Remember, think cold, flu, stitches, minor injuries. Since most benefits are designed for catastrophic events, you only need to worry about paying the deductible if you need emergency medical care. Of course, you'll still be responsible for the deductible if you receive services at another medical facility. But this insider tip can go a long way for any visitor staying long-term. We are a travel tech company that makes a profit when you buy visitors insurance plans from us. So I want to make that clear. However, we verify and vet all of the companies and plans that we offer. Visit G1G.com to learn more about the Atlas Travel America plan. We lay out all the specifics and what is and isn't covered. And we can let you know whether or not this plan makes sense for your next trip.